Hi everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Sketch to See. I've got a very exciting one ahead for you this time, because today we are putting that back in the marina. And then hopefully tomorrow, if all goes well, we will continue with a dock tune and then immediately followed by sea trials. So please stay tuned for a really exciting episode. If you haven't already, we'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to our channel, and you're always more than welcome to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Stay tuned. See you again soon. So, what do we all notice today? These have been completed. All of the light speed and proper coatings are on. The bow lights are on. The cradle has been resecured. They are currently doing the finish wax from a forklift because all the scaffolding has been taken away. So why would all of the scaffolding be taken away? Because it's time to go back in the water. That is why. And a very happy, lucky thing happened. Jamie is back in China, so she actually has the opportunity to see the boat be splashed for the last time. So you can see here that we're slowly moving along. They've gotten a lot faster at this process since the last time. I anticipate this will only take an hour or two today to get it in the water. But you can see that these guys are doing their typical thing where they're just steering the boat very carefully. It's obviously going mainly straight right now, so it doesn't matter, but they can only move those wheels when the boat itself is moving. And I am unfortunately trapped behind this. So here we are, we're past the very bottom of the hill. And again, I just got to be mindful about these blocks. You can see these guys just trying to steer the boat and keep it centered. And I always find this entertaining because the marina is on the other side of a public roadway. And people don't understand the tension on these cables right now. So the security guard will have to make sure he just stands by and sits tight until there's no tension on these cables. Here we are, the sensitive point going over the apex. There is a winch on the back that will stop it. There we go. It is now stopped and secured past the apex and is prepared to be lowered into the water using the winch on the rear. After a quick pause where they pinned the forward wheels, here we are lowering the boat closer to the water. I believe the bows will touch very soon, and then they will pin the stern wheels. Well, there we are. The keels are touching the water. The boat's officially been splashed. Here we are. As you can see, the bows have now just touched the water again, and hopefully for a few more years. You can see the linesmen are now on board, and they've got 4 or 5 lines tied to the bollards, which are set in concrete so they can maneuver the vessel accordingly. We do know that the bows bury from the last video that I did about this launch, and that's strictly because it's tied to the platform. But you will see shortly that this will be loosened, and slowly the vessel will start coming up. So I can hear the winch in the background, and the boat is moving laterally, which means the cradle has been released from behind. As you can see, it's getting a little bit late here, but it looks like the boat is going to be safe and secure for the rest of the evening, and it's actually time for dinner. So here we are back in the water, and you can see this lovely little yellow device there. That is our mast jack. And what that does is it actually jacks the mast up and down, because we are doing a final dock tune today to retension all of the rigging. And part of that, if you look up here, we actually have to take all the weight off of the boom onto the mast so we can properly measure the tensions using the built-in load cell pins for all the shrouds. So there's a giant pressure gauge on the side of that, so we know exactly how much pressure we are putting into the mast jack. And then there are load cell pins on the cap shrouds and the masthead that tell us exactly where the load is being concentrated. And all of that is visible on the inside from the B&G screen. And here we have him measuring the loop length, because the loop length needs to be the same on both sides when the mast is finished being jacked up, and that will determine the actual pressure on the entire system. I'm not sure if you noticed earlier, but our mainsail is finally back on board. It just went back to Doyle sails for a few minor adjustments, and now we're looking forward to sea trials to make sure everything is perfect. I thought I'd give you a little bit of a different perspective today. So here we are, just about to start raising the main from inside. And for everybody who has asked about this giant tunnel that we have, that's what that actually looks like down below. So it's relatively protected. Also, a few of you have asked about what visibility looks like from the fly. And if you look in the ceiling right now, you can see these 6 giant skylights and all the way up the mast from both sides. So visibility is quite good, and it's a very, very functional space. And what's super excited is it's Jamie's first sail on this boat. And here we are on our way up to Second Reef, just to test the reef hook, but you can very clearly see the tape up there. And there we are currently engines off. We are sailing. We are making some pretty good speed right now, just under full main and the jib. We're about to roll in the jib and then put out the Solent. So just with the jib and the mainsail out, this is how we're doing. I'm a little late to the game because I was just up driving, but this is how we tack on this boat. We unfurl the inner forestay, and then we furl the Solent. And once the Solent is furled, we perform the tack, and then we unfurl the Solent once we have completed the tack. Here we go. We're easing the Solent sheet and furling at the same time. And we're still moving on quite a good clip here. probably making 10, 11 knots right now, actually. So he's just fallen away a little bit to run with the wind to ease the pressure on the furler itself. There we go. Here we are coming about, we're tacking. There we are, fully tacked. And the next step is going to be unfurling the Solent again. I really hope you guys enjoyed that episode. I'm really trying hard to document every part of this process as far as sea trials, coming in and out of the water, and then eventually finally testing at handover. And I'm really happy to tell you that we are thrilled with the new performance of the vessel after the reshaping of the foils. We estimate that we got about another half of a knot throughout all wind speeds. So well done, HH. Thank you so much for making this boat everything you possibly can. And for you viewers out there, if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and share our channel. A little click from you goes a long way for us. And if you're not already following us on Instagram and Facebook, please go ahead and do that as well. And remember, if you just want to talk about boats, please feel free to reach out to me at sketchtosea@gmail.com. And stay tuned for a sneak peek of the lights. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. As promised, here is exactly what these bow lights look like at nighttime. First from standing on the deck, now from the longeron, and here's what the stern lights look like as well. Well worth it.